Good evening. Welcome back to another edition of MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the one and only Dollar Dolphine Taylor. It is another fuego day in the hottest, no, it's not even that. It's another dreary day in the most magical city in the world. We're coming at you live and direct from Orlando, Florida. How you guys doing? Let me start off by saying this is a complete test show. I had no intentions of doing a podcast today. I had no intention of doing any kind of content today. I don't think I'm even going to be able to see the chat if I wanted to. But shit, something happened, right? And I haven't done a podcast since the first show of the season, right? And you're gonna hear a whole bunch of noise today, and for good reason. But let me tell you how it happened. Let me tell you what happened. All right, story time. I'm out here, doing my Night Rider shit and my Twisted Metal shit, and I got distracted for half a second. I was in the elevator, right? And at that time, I'm looking at this Nate the Huff guy shit, and I don't know why I am 100% compelled. Like I am. If a video pops up on Nate the foot guy, right, the hoof guy video, if one of his videos pops up, I am generally I forgot to switch lanes. I am generally watching. That works too. They just like to go and kill me. Oh, wait a minute. That light is killing me. Listen, without that light, y'all can't see me. Y'all can barely see me as it is. And for half a second, I'm thinking to myself, like, you know what? Anything can be content, for real. Because here I am watching this dude shave calf hoofs, right? Like cow hoofs. And I was thinking, like, yo, what's stopping you from doing your show outside of 2 jobs and school? And I'm like, you know what? Because if this dude can record himself doing hoofs, then I can do a sports show from the car while working a whole nother job. I'm like, yo, why not take you guys on this journey with me? Right? I can't see my chat. Just let you guys know. Y'all powerful in the chat. I can't see that shit. This is such a test episode. You see that? It should say test. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing yet. But I was like, yo, what's stopping me from doing a show from the car while working? I was like, you know, fuck it. And also, you know what though? It's nostalgic because it brings me back to the first season of the podcast when this was a 15-minute show, right? It was called the MyT Sports Minute, and I was recording from home to work. And those were the good old days when work was like 15 minutes, but I thought that shit was hard as fuck. Now look at me, driving overnight hours. It's me in the road. Now me in the road are used. Only used. Using the chat. Yeah, blame this on the like. Great. I don't want to say blame. Thank Nate the Hoof guy for the subtle reminder that you don't need the perfect environment or to remember that you can do your content anywhere. Oh shit. That's cool. That light right there. The only way that y'all can see me is causing a whole blind spot over there. I'm gonna cut that light. I gotta say fuck it. It's all you gonna get. I can put these windows up though. I can be that considerate. I can be considerate enough to put these windows up. So much has happened. So much has happened in the sports world, right? Las Vegas Aces won a championship. The NBA season's about to begin. Like, preseason's already here. LeBron James is making more decisions. Yo, he got people vexed with a decision. Again, like, yo, LeBron James is a whole troll. Now, you have to understand, he is a whole troll. He is playing. And you hear him complain about, like, oh, he wants to control the media. He is controlling you guys in the media. He is playing you guys with puppets. Puppets! So, yeah, so you guys are going to be with me on this journey. So understand, while we sit here, we talk sports and I bullshit for the next how many hours that we record. I'm going to be distracted. Hopefully you guys help keep me awake. That's your main goal here, to help keep me awake. I'm going to be distracted. I'm going to be in and out the car. At least I know now that it stops my music from playing, so I don't got to worry about that. But I wish you guys could at least I could at least play the music and hopefully they didn't come across. I could just go here for hours. Sports in the car. I ain't gonna lie, I would give up seeing myself to see the chat. But I got time to figure this out. This is a whole test. This is a whole test episode. It's a whole entire test episode. Where we at? Okay. So some of you guys that don't know, I moved to Orlando and Chase. Right? I'm in that area now, so I'm no longer in the most important city in the world. No longer in the Miami region. Right? I'm no longer close to Mr. 305s. You know what I mean? And you know that, and you know the biggest boss in the world, Mr. Rick Ross, eating steaks and shit. They call me with a naked bitch. They said she was a man. Greased her up with Peter Pan. Spick and span. Spraying pan. Oh man. Oh yeah. We've done a show since the passing of wait, multi. Ooh, they closing. Oh, closing my gypsy. Shit's getting hot. Yeah, we did a show since the passing of Christian Kirk. We've done one of those too. It's like, hey, did Christian Kirk pass when we did a show? By the time we did the first show of the season, I think he did. Yeah. Actually, my bad. It's not Christian Kirk. Thought it was Christian Kirk. And yep, that's how I know I did the show. Thought it was Christian Kirk, fantasy football player, and he was on my fantasy team. And I was like, hey, yo, like now I gotta go out here and get a freaking new player, all right? Because he is getting popped, doing dumb shit. I thought it was Christian Kirk. Nope, wasn't him. Roster sponsor. I think I still did. I end up releasing him anyway? I should have released him and kept Kareem Hunt, Mr. Cunt, K Hunt. I know some of you people think I'm joking, but no, like I'm horrible with names. So, like your boy wasn't on my radar, and I saw Kirk, and I was in football mode, and I was like, I know it ain't Captain Kirk, so my Kirk cousin. So I was like, oh, it must be Christian Kirk. Nope, wasn't. Government is shut down right now. You know, anytime the government gets shut down, I always think about all my fellow soldiers. Even most people that I know that were soldiers, right? Most of them should be out by now. But I always think about them the most because there be people that are ready to get out the military. And if they put a stop loss out there, right? Or if they furlough some stuff, there's some people that they ain't gonna be able to get out because if you're cutting civilian contracts, cutting these budgets. And there's a lot of military people that rely on civilian support in a lot of areas. And what ends up happening is that now we end up having to cover that. And then your leadership or those elder soldiers, anybody that's trying to get out, they're like, no, sorry, hold on 1 second. You're gonna be here for another 3 months, 6 months, 18 months. I done seen people commit suicide over that shit. Over that, it's serious. Okay, let's talk some sports. Let's get some lightheartedness in here, right? Let's start off. Let's start off. Yo, big up. Let's all right. All right, let's put our hands together. Let's tap it up 2 times, right? 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. How many times that was, right? Let's chop that up real quick for the Las Vegas Aces and them winning another championship. And not only that, Asia Wilson. Like, we talking about baddies. And it's only because I'm trying to be respectful, not call her a bad bitch in the most respectful way possible. But when you talk about baddies, right, in the game of sports, right, like Serena Williams, the up and coming golf and Osaka, but you know what I mean. But right now, certified baddie, multiple time champion, 4-time MVP. We are talking about the one, the only Asia. Put your heels on and get ready to ball Wilson. That girl good. That girl good. Wonder Woman. I don't know who was the equivalent to Hercules. But yo, and I've said this for years. I said it the year it happened. I said it the year it was. Asia Wilson should be a 5-time MVP. She should have been a 3-time MVP back to back to back. She should have been a 3-peat MVP. I gotta double check this person. She should have been a 3-peat MVP. But they robbed her and they gave it to Breonna Stewart. Okay. Listen, even though I know this path that I'm gonna say I know is completely untrue. They may have even given New York that championship, but I know they didn't. But they definitely gave Breonna Stewart that MVP. And I'm a Liberty fan. Remember, I'm a New Yorker through and through. Right? Like my heart breathes orange and blue anywhere you go. Right? So, that's on the least tire. So, trust me when I say that I'm all for the Liberty winning a championship because right now they're the only team in New York winning a championship. They're one of 2 teams. One of 2 teams respectfully representing the city. I had to do an ode to the Jets because I took a picture of my bed and completely covered in Knicks gear. I took that picture when the Jets were 0-3. Took the picture at 0-3. I held off sharing it at 0-4. At 0-5, I can't take this shit no more. Before we go 0-6, let's go Knicks. The Jets won 1 game. At least they have some life pumped into them, right? We'll talk. See, I got me all over the place. No flipping, flying, forearms off the top rope, insane elbow reason. I wish I could see the chat. I would give up seeing the chat right now. So I know you guys wonder what the fuck are you doing up. I'm up at this time. So you know what? I'm gonna tell a half truth, right? Because it's half the reason why. When you end up realizing that you have bad sleep patterns, you just have to do something about it. And part of doing something about it is just getting an overnight gig. If you can't sleep, work through the night. You know, instead of just being tired for one job, at least Make money in one job and be tired for nothing. It be like that. It be like that. It be like that. So back in the like, so I'm a New Yorker through and through. So I feel all New York City. Right? I don't feel what happens in upstate. I keep an eye on it. Right? I'm like, hey, you guys good up there? I bet. I keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. I don't feel what they go through. I feel everything else in New York, right? And it is embarrassing. It is embarrassing to see what is going on in New York sports. Cannot wait for hockey season to start now. Hockey and basketball season to be in full effect, so at least New York could be represented. How do they? I have so much I have not talked about for so long, and all of it wants to come out at once. I ain't gonna lie to you, all of it wants, and it's all frustration. Right? Like I want to give praises to. Like I'm here to give praises right now in this segment to Asia Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces winning the championship. But I cannot talk about them without talking about the New York Liberty, which brings me down to everything else that the Knicks or that New York is going on in New York. And I don't want it to be that. I want to give the praises to the Las Vegas Aces because they did a hell of a job, right? Like Asia Wilson, she's a bad motherfucker. She's a bad mama jammer. Oh, she's a bad mama jammer. Just as foxy as can be. Right? No, she really is. She's like she's a baddie, like full and through. And she should be a five-time MVP. And listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't talk to enough WNBA fans, true WNBA fans, to have anybody give me an articulate argument on why Breonna Stewart won that MVP. But being the person that I am, where I'm like, you know what? If you think that she doesn't deserve it, think about reasons of why she would deserve it as well. Because it can't be no way that she absolutely didn't deserve it. She put up gaudy numbers. Like it was close. It was as close as that year. That year was probably as close as the MVP race as you can have. As I can remember in God knows how long. Like I'm talking about, go back to a year in the NBA where I remember somebody had to score like 40 or 50 points in the last game of the season to be, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. A lot of mercy. Lion night rise and start to why reach by time to start the war. Ryan Crabbing managed is what them preaching. When I start to gunshot reaching. Right. So I always consider that the New York Liberty weren't considered one of the best teams in the league before Breonna Stewart got there. They were turning things around, right? They Sabrina was still learning on how to win in this league. They were making themselves into a playoff contender, but that was about it, a playoff contender. When we're talking about, oh, we're barely making the playoffs, like contender. So Breonna Stewart got there, and she made them one of the best teams in the league, top three. Also, she damn near led the league in scoring that year. Post. And was also tops in rebounds and I think tops in, I'm not saying the best, but tops, like top 10, top 5 shit, right? In rebounds and blocks. So she was leader, she was up there in a lot of physical categories. And so was Asia Wilson. And in some of these categories, Asia Wilson was better than her. And some of them was only like it was marginal. We're talking about less than 1.5 difference. Where were they? So and at that point in time, the Las Vegas Aces were already an established team, already was a champion. Like I said, at that time, Asia Wilson already had won 2 MVPs back to back. So I can see, and I can see how when you put everything in there, right? How Breonna Stewart could have been considered over Asia Wilson, especially if you have, as they call player fatigue, right? Let's call it player fatigue. Let's call it greatness fatigue, right? But it's greatness fatigue. It's also greatness bias, and it's also gatekeeping. It's my bad, shorty. It's story gatekeeping because you start looking at it, be like, well, when Deanna Taurasi played, when Weatherspoon played, right? Weatherspoon. I may have just, when some of the past greats were playing, they didn't win 3 MVPs back to back, and I don't think that this person is better than that person in their prime when they played 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago. I'm not talking about the WNBA anymore. I'm talking about NBA, NFL. I'm talking about all of the professional leagues. Because I don't think that this person is better than that person was back then. I can't give them accolades in their present time over people from the past because I don't want it to seem like this person, when you look back in history, was better than that person. And that is some complete bullshit because all that means that during this current time in their era, that's how dominant they were. And that's what you're looking to respect. How dominant are you during your era? It doesn't matter if you thought they were better than that person. All that means that in that era they probably had better competition. Things were harder. Rules were different. That shit gets on my fucking nerves. But because Asia Wilson right now could very well be a five-time consecutive centuple, right? We're talking about a centuple, 5-time MVP back to back to back to back to back to back to back. It's about, girl, you look good. Won't you back that thing up? Another MVP. Won't you back that thing up? Winning a championship. Won't you back that thing up? Girl, you look good. Won't you back that thing up? Oh my God! And then when you see how she won, over the, that couple got to break up. That couple, your foundation of your relationship is nothing shit now. You got to break up. Like you can't continue. Did I skip an area? I just rolling through this and not paying attention, and I'm like, hey yo, I'm here now. Here now. I started so late today. It's not even funny. Like, this is a good thing about having a flexible start time at your job. Because without that, I don't know. I say, yo, I overslept by 2 hours, and I still wasn't technically late. But I'm late as fuck. Wait a minute. Okay. See, the good thing about this is that my mind generally wanders so much when I'm doing this anyway, because I be rocking out or doing other stuff or studying. Like, you understand, like, I be out here in the street studying too. Like, thank God for audio, like audio books and or being able to find an audio reader to be able to read, like, to like read chapters to you several times over until you get an opportunity to actually put eyes on it and start the comprehension process for yourself. Because it's almost like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember the teacher talking about this. Yeah, I remember them talking about this. Okay, I remember this part. Okay, this how. Oh, okay, that's what that meant. Like it's been a blessing. Like technology is a blessing. Is what I'm saying. The shot that Asia Wilson shot to win that chip is gonna be posterized. It's gonna go down on one of these legendary pictures in sports moments. ball in her sweet spot. Like, yeah, you understand? It's a tie. Is it a tie game? What they down by one? Can't remember if it's a tie one by one. Right? She gets the ball in the mid range. Right? Catches on the low block in her spot. Starts working her defender. Contact. Boom. Contact. Double team starts to come. And this isn't just a regular double team. This is a double team between, what do you call a married couple? A married couple, right? This is a double team from a married couple. So there should be automatically, because you've been teammates and you're married, all kinds of nonverbal communication that you guys should know. Like, you understand? If you are a power couple, when you double team somebody, they should have a low success rate. Like, you guys should go together like Goku and Vegeta fighting. You guys should go together like Captain America and Bucky fighting Iron Man. Like, you understand? Like, this is the kind of, like, work I expect you guys to put on. No, on contraire, mon frere. That did not happen. That bad mama jamma. He's a bad man. Whichever. Foxy, right? Name Asia Wilson. Boom. Contact. Turn around. Fade. Feet apart. Elbows up. Eyes on the rim. I don't see you. John Cena's last match is coming soon. ADD of sports. That ball does its thing in the theatrical captured of the moment. I hope I said that right? I'm capturing the theatrical moment. The ball rattles around, bumps up a couple of times, hits a couple pieces of the rim, and then it goes in. And just like that, it is over. And the Las Vegas Aces are once again your WNBA champion. Asia Wilson is once again not just MVP of the league, champion and finals MVP. Lot of mercy. And it couldn't be sweeter. And the rest of this, and listen, there were some teams out there. Like, there were a lot of there's a lot of good teams out there. Like, you have Minnesota, you have Liberty, you have Vegas, you have Indy that's coming up. And can I say this? The coverage of the WNBA playoffs to me was a complete disappointment. Only because now, not only the teams that were in it, historical teams, New York, Vegas, and Indy. Indy's historical for completely different reasons, right? But when you look at, is that what the street's been called this whole time? Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, part of me thinks I turned early. Yeah, I definitely did. Either I turned early or I really be so zoned out I don't recognize half of this at night or sometimes. You know, like you finally looking at like, oh, okay, let me pay attention real quick. Because I'm just like, okay, I'm going to my next spot. Yeah, I definitely turned early. I don't know where I'm at. 1 second. I thought we was gonna be all over the place today. Oh, look, titties. Gotta get up, gotta get up. Oh yeah, yeah. Let me give you guys a little light. Hope that shit ain't blind. So I'm disappointed with the coverage of the WM. Turn my ass into a cul-de-sac. I'm disappointed by the WNBA finals coverage, mainly because when you see that Indiana made the deep run that they did, and you realize the buzz that's not there. Where the fuck you want me to go? Hold on 1 second. I should have just doubled back. I should have just doubled the fuck back. All right, I'm back. I should just double screw myself. Excuse me. Excuse me. If I could multi-view this screen, I think I'll do. Okay, I'm back on track. I recognize what I don't recognize. Gotta get up, gotta get up, gotta get up. What link is that? All right, we're back. So, fucking rated. Nice. Yeah. So the buzz that they didn't get because Caitlin Clark wasn't playing, completely disrespectful. Because also the coverage should have been even more so because she wasn't playing, and the fact that they were making it that far. You understand that Indiana was down at least 4 starters, if I'm not mistaken. Like they had almost a whole starting lineup on the bench, and they still made it all the way to the conference finals, right? Like the final four, the game before the championship. Right? They still made it through their conference final. Like you have to respect that. Like that should have been buzzworthy in itself. Because, but also for the Caitlin Clark haters, right? You can say like, yo, this team may be better off without her, right? Or you can see that, or this team doesn't really need her to win, right? Or her style, or if they don't make it back as far this time next year, you can even make arguments that her style of play and need need for the ball and her and everything else, right? Or putting the ball in her hand is taken away from the overall success of the team. The haters can say that. That's if she's not successful or continues to not be successful. Because one of the things against Caitlin Clark, right? Like people really don't realize, right, that the negativity that comes from her is because she's not a winner. It's because she gets so much hype and so much buzz, and she gets away with taunting basically other players, and she's never won anything on any professional level, whether we're talking about on college or the WNBA. Because we no longer call it college amateur sports. You're getting paid. I'm sorry. And she got paid well. And people forget that she was one of the highest paid players in college at the time. Came out of college, was offered like $60 million to go join the Big Three with Ice Cube. And I'm telling you this now. Based off her buzz, I'm telling you that she would have started off regularly, but they would have made a Big Three women revolved around her. She's turned down international money. She's turned down uh, um, national money. Like she's turned on multiple league money to make sure that the WNBA is relevant. I say that because we're gonna have a WNBA strike. These ladies are fully going to strike, and they should strike. And when they do strike, I'll be one of them people that'll be voicing my disappointment every single day that I don't have WNBA. I will be one of those people that miss the WNBA. I love basketball, and I love women's basketball. And if the WNBA think that they can put together a scab league, right? When the players strike, oh no, you are absolutely wrong. Now I'm gonna tell you this. This may be one of the most all left. I just did you, and you. Yeah, I should have came. That one, and it was that one. I ain't gonna lie, chat. You guys are really testing my knowledge of this damn route, which I did not realize I knew this much of so far. We'll see. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's get back into it. So WNBA is going to most likely strike, and I'm in support of it because when you constantly keep hearing the disrespect that they are getting because it's just girls playing sports, these are professional women athletes. Treat them like this. For the people that use the talking points, well, the WNBA is losing, the NBA is losing. Start doing research, my guys, my gals, my trolls, right? As to why, how come, where, what's the reason, causing. Ask those 5 questions. Why, what, when, who, how, when. You know what I mean? All of those. And let's take it back to to understand this is to understand the beginning of it, where the WNBA fully needed to rely on the NBA's connections, right? Their advertisers, their contracts to make money. Like that's like how you see NBA players doing. It's kind of like what WNBA do. Like I'll like we can take 10% of your Nike deal because 10% of your Nike deal is better than the deal that Nike's giving us. It was disrespect across the board, obviously because advertisers don't know. You can't. They're not willing to invest into a product they think. They weren't willing to invest into a product they thought was gonna fail. So because of that, you kind of had always these subsidized contracts, and that you would get. It weren't your contracts; it was subsidized contracts, and you were getting pennies for the NBA's contract, but it was worth it. In today's market, they need their own contract. They no longer can take a portion of the NBA's money, right, or contracts to fully subsidize on. They have to go out there and get their own Nike deal, worth a couple billion, worth a billion, whatever it has to. They try to, and trust me, they've done a good enough job finding different ways to be on television. Ion, Amazon Prime, NBA, TNT, like they're there. Like the O. Oh, sorry, I'm driving too slow. Like I said, I started late. It's already 4 o'clock, and I'm still on the first half, and I'm just not getting to the second half of my. What the fuck? Niggas in there cracking behavior. All right. So what was he saying? What was he saying? What was he saying? I wonder if I can record from the front camera as well. Huh. Ah, that's probably what all those cameras was. The front closed camera as well. All right. Listen. You guys hold on for a second. I don't feel like taking y'all inside the store with me. I know. Fuck it. Why not? Don't think my mic has been muted this whole entire. I'm gonna be vexed. Hey, yo. Let's get back to the shit. My phone is too hot. Oh, let's do a couple of them. Let's stop anything I don't need. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Yo, the music won't stop. The music is keeping open. Give me back. Okay. Stay where you're at. Stay where you're at. Stay where you're at. I ain't gonna lie. I'm really, really mad this whole entire time. My mic has been muted. I did not think I've really been sitting here talking about the last 50 minutes. I've really been sitting here talking about for the last 50 minutes. What you heard, what you didn't hear. But it's a good thing I still don't have to test it. I just need to see how things are going to go about if I decide to have to start doing all my recording on the clock. And you guys journey. That's think of it. You know me, the podcast started off. So I'm all for I am all for the showing. So in case you haven't realized, I basically said I was motivated by making the hook stop and realizing that you know what? I was like, you know, maybe you kind of why am I show on the road? What's stopping? I mean, I understand two school. What's stopping? Especially at all this time. You better I'm gonna come to work time. I tell this people, I thought about hey, you know, just probably should just notice.
So I wonder what happened. That's what happened when I leave this app. I'm gonna put this down. We used to watch the recording. You guys can see here. Now when I put it in the we'll be back. I mean, and if you never watched somebody shape up and realize that that's actually a treat like motherfucker. Yeah. We talked about the WNBA. We talked about Asia Rose and Las Vegas East and their greatness and their championship. How she should be a five-time consecutive because she was robbed by the people that go into the powerful words by one of the other league MVP. We go out and talk about how they just need how they need better leadership, a better representation. Because also the fact that after your feet were brought to the fire with this information, that your response was, oh well, we're gonna talk or whatever. Or when they talk about you need to do better representation and better protect your star players, your response is that well, Caitlin Clark should be thankful that for the money that she's making in WNBA because without the WNBA, she wouldn't have that money without the WNBA platform. I'm like, yo, you forget in college they moved her games. So I talked about Caitlin Clark a little bit, right? And I talked about mainly I was talking about my disappointment with the non the improper coverage of Indiana's run or the WNBA playoffs period, especially with Indiana making that run because you know the kind of buzz that would have happened if Caitlin Clark was involved in this run. this is his turn. And I try to explain to you guys that the disappointment that the shrapnel or the issue with Caitlin Clark is that she's kind of a taunter on that court. Like she talks her shit, but she hasn't won anything on a professional level, college or WNBA. For somebody that is constantly in your face to not have won anything and also get the coverage as if you are a 4-time champion, 3-time MVP, 4-time MVP. You know what I mean? Like, you have to understand, like, that's where the issues come from. It's not jealousy of her. It's being upset at the system that is highlighting somebody that is basically a loser. Basically. Only because she hasn't won a chip yet on any professional level. So I have disappointment with WNBA for their lack of coverage for that. Or for the media period for their lack of coverage, WNBA with no Caitlin Clark. Because what that team did without her should have been twice as loud what they would have done with her. Because they didn't just lose her, they lost at least 3 to 4 of the key members of their team. Starters as well. Right? When I say key members of their team. And still made it to the final 4 of the playoffs. 1 game away from making it to the championship. But Asia Wilson did her thing. Now, we have no WNBA. I won't be one of these people that are upset for a WNBA strike. Let's get my phone up. Yeah, we're going to end up taking this journey. We're going to see how often we do this. Because also, I don't know if I should do, like, when I do this, I do. But I'm doing this to regroup myself. Where's my map at? El Mape. Great things happen in the WNBA. And I need the WNBA, and I need distractions, right, from the Yankees. I need a distraction from the Jets, who have just been completely disappointments when it comes to New York sports. Absolutely 100% disappointment when it comes to the New York sports. I really can't take this shit no more. The Jets starting off on the verge of starting off 0-6 is absolutely maddening. Let's see what I gotta do next. So LeBron James decided to be the ultimate troll, like he likes. While shit. Is that how soon Wild it is? It's 129 person. Turn here. So LeBron James, there was a rumor that came out that LeBron James was about to do another decision. And based off of this decision, individuals thought that LeBron James was about to announce his retirement. Anticipating this, people with money to waste started buying tickets to the last game of the season, anticipating that it was going to be LeBron James's last year. Now these tickets was going for the hundreds. I think even some in the thousands. These tickets started in the hundreds. Sorry if you guys can't see me. There's just a dog as hell out here. Like you shouldn't see most people. What ended up happening is that none of this stuff happened. And granted, some people wanted to go watch greatness. Some people were looking for an investment. Because if it was his last game ever, this is going to be something that people were going to want to buy to see. Also announcing it would mean that, oh, he gets his farewell tour. Which is also bothersome to a bunch of people. Very true. Because there's some people that's like, why, like that. If you were to pursue Balboa? No, I did Balboa. Who is this? Oh, this is Balboa. No, it's